and welcome to the GOM TV Averatec-Intel Classic. This is Nick Tasteless Plot, and I am back in Korea. Very exciting. I had a lot of fun in Paris at the Blizzard Worldwide Invitational, but I have come back. I have returned to broadcast some more StarCraft for you all. Definitely check out my WWI cast if you get the chance. I actually don't know what page they're on. Just type WWI and Tasteless and Blizzard into Google. You should be able to find them. I did lose my voice during the broadcast, so I sound a little bit like a frog. But if you can bear that, then go ahead and check them out. I have some stuff to tell you guys before I really get into the details about the games today. Check out, well, if you want to make your own casts of the GOM TV matches, we do have a feature now on the webpage. Click on the live button on the webpage, and I think you want to click on the how-to because I don't quite understand how it works, but you can make your own shoutcasts and even have other people watch you shoutcast on the webpage. So if you want to just have some fun and try shoutcasting some StarCraft or... well, definitely check it out. It should be a lot of fun. Pretty cool feature. We just now added it. I was just told about this about 5 minutes ago, so I don't quite have too much more. Well, I just don't have that much more information about how the feature works, but it shouldn't be too hard to figure out, so definitely check that out. Now for our matches today. We have two very important matches. We are in the final, the final 8 here. But however, we're only going to be doing 2 games today, and then the next day we're going to have, or the next Sunday we're going to have 2 more StarCraft games. So the games today are going to be, our first one, a Terran versus Protoss, Never versus Shuttle. Shuttle, the only player in our games today that did not get an auto seed later on into the tournament. So that should be a pretty interesting series. We're also going to have Jaedong versus Lomo, a Zerg versus Terran, and that should also be very exciting as well. Jaedong, a very skilled player. A lot of people say he's the favorite to win this tournament. Our map listing for today is going to be Othello, Bluestorm, and Katrina. Yes, Katrina is in this tournament. We just haven't really seen much of it just yet. So get ready for some games on Katrina. Should be pretty exciting if we do go to a 3rd game. Now, both players are in the game right now, Never and Shuttle, so we should be getting this started pretty soon here. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed Jason Lee's commentary. He actually is my co-commentator at Arirang, because some people are probably wondering where we found him and stuff. I recommended him. He's a great commentator, so I hope you enjoyed him while he was filling in for me, because unfortunately there are not multiple Tastelesses to go cast multiple StarCraft tournaments, although that would be pretty cool if we could do something like that. Also, what else can I tell you guys? Interestingly enough, we have 3 LeCap players here. LeCap just doing so well in this tournament. It's really unbelievable. LeCap doing very well overall in pro gaming. Clearly the best StarCraft team in Korea, and therefore the best team in the world. Very exciting to see them down here today duking it out. And we do even have a LeCap versus LeCap match, Jaedong versus Lomo. That should be pretty cool, so definitely check that out. I am very excited for these games to get going. StarCraft, the most extreme esport on the planet. The best game ever. It's so extreme, we might as well have Mountain Dew co-sponsoring this tournament. It is just an awesome game. Takes a lot of practice. And these players, they're definitely the best of the best. These guys train for, sometimes 10 hours a day, sometimes even more. So it really makes for some very entertaining games. So much going on, so much psychology involved, all sorts of stuff. So it's just very exciting when we get to see the best of the best duke it out. And this is, I think, easily the best intellectual sport on the face of the planet. Well, we're still waiting for our Korean commentators to wrap it up so we can get this game started. But when they do, we're going to have some very exciting Terran vs. Protoss action going on right now. Othello, Bluestorm, Katrina, all maps you can play on www.iccup.net, the largest StarCraft ladder in the world. I've actually been playing on that a whole bunch when I'm not working, and I hardly work, in case you didn't know. But it's been a lot of fun laddering on there. You can download all the maps we're using at this tournament on that website as well. I also want to let you guys know my website is done. I gotta just get the domain. I've been a little bit lazy. Sorry about that. But we are gonna have a contest on there. $75 if you can compile a tasteless quotes video. Favorite stuff that your favorite stuff that I've said. Because apparently some people think I'm saying some kind of funny stuff. So go ahead and try to make one of those, and you could win $75. We're also gonna have replays and some other cool stuff on the website as well. So here are our players. Today's matchup. Never and Shuttle going first. And Never certainly has gotten a lot of practice from his teammates. I overhear him talking about this backstage. So he says he's pretty prepared to play against Shuttle. I didn't get a chance to speak with Shuttle. We were doing a mic test when he was getting his makeup on. And so I'm not too sure if he's prepared or not, but he's certainly trained for this. A lot of money on the line. This is the largest tournament in Korea with the largest prize pool. Here's a shot of Never and his previous accomplishments. Never and Shuttle, I would say there are two lesser-known players of the games today. Lomo and Jaedong, just very, very famous. So, doesn't mean these guys are bad. Who knows? These could be the next best players in the world. Making it to the final 8 in a 128-person StarCraft tournament with it's entirely comprised of pro gamers. No small feat. There's a shot of him now. Our Terran player, Never. And he looks like he has his game face on right now. And here is Shuttle. Apparently not the best posture in the world. Maybe too much StarCraft here. He's going to be playing Never on the map Othello to start out. Othello, a pretty interesting map. It has a lot of back doors. You can definitely do a lot of counterattacks in the game, which makes it pretty interesting. Terran have to be very careful, not only when they push, but where they push, because counterattacking is so strong. Carriers and Arbiters both viable on this map, so he's going to have to be prepared for everything. I'm really curious as to how Shuttle is going to play this map out. Terran typically do the 6 Marine, 1 Tank, 1 Vulture fast expansion build on this map, although other builds are strong as well. Dropship usage also very strong on this map, so we may see a lot of dropship harassment throughout the game, going back and forth. But we'll see. We'll see how both players try to play it out. Because we do see dropships at times on this map, we can also see some fast upgrades, since that kind of complements that tech tree, getting the armory along with the starport. There's a lot on the line in this game here. There's no loser's bracket. There's no turning back. They've made it this far. Making it to the Final Four in this tournament is a huge deal for your pro gaming career. So they've definitely invested a lot in this tournament. Let's see if they can, well, let's see who, I should say, can make it to the next step. And again, I implore you to check out that new feature we have on the website where you can make your own StarCraft casts. Let's get ready. We're going to get this game going. Never versus Shuttle.
이쪽 저쪽 여러 개인 리그의 정상을 넘보는 이 선수를 더 이상 최정원 해설과 혼동하는 사람은 없다. 이렇게 부르면 또 모를까?
눈카프에서 제일 잘 나가는 사람이
착각이죠.
어찌됐든 박지수는 그렇게 4대 본자 마재윤을 꺾고 8강에 멋지게 상륙했다. 4대 본자를 이긴 소감은?
마지현 선수는 그냥 프로게이머 중에서 한 사람일 거라고 생각합니다.
당연히겠죠.
당차게 받아치는 이 선수 128강에서부터 무패 행진으로 올라온 사나이 STX 소울의 김윤중이다.
저 10연승인 거 아시죠?
잘 모르겠어요.
자, 신경전은 그만하고 차분히 대화라도 나눠보는 건 어떨까?
안녕하세요, 김윤중입니다.
아, 네.
저 만만하게 보시면 안 됩니다.
네.
태어나 처음 가보는 8강이에요.
아, 그러세요?
최선을 다하겠습니다.
좀 많이 연습하셔야 될 거예요.
대화는 도저히 안 되겠다. 어쨌든 4강의 단맛을 이미 알아버린 박지수 8강에 만족할 리가 없는데
절대 만족할 수 없어요. 저는 프로토스는 종족으로 치지도 않으니까.
그렇다. 박지수의 꿈은 당연 우승인 것이다.
꿈이 너무 크시네요.
박지수의 꿈이 우승이라면 김윤중의 목표는 뭘까?
이대로 쭉 결승까지 갈게요.
귀엽죠.
르카포즈 박지수, 지지 않는 사나이 김윤중에게 첫 패배를 남기는 주인공이 될 것인가? STX 소울 김윤중, 르카포즈의 돌풍을 첫 판에 잠재울 것인가? 르카포즈 박지수 대 STX 소울 김윤중.
박지수 화이팅! 김윤중 하나, 둘, 셋! 김윤중 화이팅!
It has begun. Never against Shuttle. Here's Never at the bottom left. And that makes Shuttle at the top right as the red Protoss. Cross spots. How will these two players play out on these maps? Here we're seeing the stats on this map. Clearly, Terran not doing so bad on Othello against Protoss. We'll see if Shuttle can change that. Shuttle does have Blue Storm as the next map. A lot of people feel that map does favor Protoss against Terran. Carrier is especially strong on that map. Here are some predictions below. By various significant figures in the StarCraft community. Nice depot placement there. He will be able to mine a little bit more efficiently with that depot, forcing the SCV to go in a straighter line. And of course, Shuttle not scouting after pylon, more common these days. Looks like Protoss players want to get a few extra minerals so they can get that first gateway out. Getting those Dragoons out just a few seconds earlier actually makes quite a difference, especially since Terrans are known to push out with the Marines and the tanks. Well, tank singular when the game starts. Oh, I guess we're getting a shot at me. I'm happy to be back. It's been a lot of fun in Paris, but we got some games at Gomcast, so I'm very excited. I think I always say that when the camera comes on me. I always say something like, I'm very excited. But it is the truth. Looks like both players going to find each other here pretty soon. As you probably noticed, I did dye my hair a darker color. I'm emo now because yellow has been eliminated. That's how sad I am. Well, there's the probe transfer to the gas. Very typical builds for both players. He did get that first Zealot, so he's going to go out here and force Terran to make Marines. The distance, though, between these bases might make this a little bit difficult for any damage to be inflicted. We'll see. It looks like the scouting SCV is going to get in here and take a glimpse at what's going on. Now, I'm curious, since we already see Shuttle rushing, is Shuttle going to try to take out this SCV with a Dragoon when it eventually comes out, or is he going to go for something that's a little bit safer and try to take out the, well, I guess the way I would put it is it's probably safer to take out the SCV, but less aggressive. That's what I would do. We'll see what he does. Here comes the first Zealot. It looks like our Terran player Never should be more than prepared for this with the SCVs at the ramp. So the Zealot will back off. He did at least force Terran to take two SCVs off of minerals. And, something I've learned from talking to so many people about StarCraft, people don't seem to realize what a difference even one worker makes. So certainly Never taking somewhat damage to his economy. But not too much. Here we see Dragoon range being upgraded. Pylon down there as a spotter. As you can see, Terran has one SCV in the Vespene gas, so he will go for the fast expansion, using the other SCVs to get more minerals so he can actually build a command center. Oh, unlucky SCV. Got it beat down. Well, we haven't seen what type of tech Shuttle's going to go for it just yet. We haven't seen a Robo Bay, a Citadel, or the second gateway. We haven't seen another Nexus yet. We don't know quite what he's doing. There are some Korean fangirls turtling behind a sign. Never's command center's up, Vulture out, mines being upgraded. Now he needs those mines to stop possible DTs from coming in, or Dragoons. There is a trick some Protoss players do, although it's really not that effective, but sometimes you'll see it done where the Protoss players use that first Zealot to absorb all 3 of the mine hits. The Zealot can take 3 hits from a Vulture Spider Mine. And then they rush in with the Dragoons and try to take out the expansion. That's not as common anymore, since if it fails, you end up behind in your count and you lose to the push later on. Looks like this Vulture did not manage to sneak in there. Terran players like to use that Vulture to zip around the Protoss when they move out of their base, and then they can go in there and take out a few probes. Nice mine placement there. The locations of the mines really matters in this game. Looks like Shuttle's actually going to go for a pretty typical fast expansion with the Robo and the Observers. So a very safe build right now. You can see that Never has not actually sieged up his tanks. He's a little bit cautious, or actually siege might still be upgrading, excuse me, but he's keeping them on the high ground anyways, just in case Never were to get, or Shuttle were to actually get a shuttle and rush in there and drop Zealots on the tanks and try to break the expansion, known as the Bulldog Rush. Well, he does have the Shuttle out, and he's going to go for the Reaver. This is a pretty good opening because Terran, if they don't see any aggression early on, they usually skip getting turrets in their main and try to squeeze out a few more factories to get a faster push. So what this does, this punishes the Terran in that phase of the game. Now remember, we've only got 2 matches today. We're going to have the other final 8. Well, that next group, it's going to be next week. 2 more factories up. I don't think we have too many turrets around. The Shuttle's on the move. He is moving the Dragoons out. He may attempt to use the Reaver to pull the Never's tanks back into his main and then rush in here with the Dragoons at the front. All right, we do see, I believe there's a turret hidden underneath that engineering bay. Very common trick by Terran to fool the Shuttle into moving over it. Here comes Shuttle. He named himself after this thing. Let's see how good he is with it. One nice Zealot bomb there. The Reaver's down. No! Takes. Whoa, how did that tank live? All right. Nice. Not the best, actually. I thought it was going to be a lot better, that little drop there. I only got 1 SCV. Although he did manage to pick off a tank. Getting the Marines, not very significant. And Shuttle will expand once again. A lot more gateways on the way. I sense that Never will be pushing pretty soon here, though. And unfortunately, that SCV overstepped his limits. Now you can see the Protoss is basically containing the Terran, although the containment wasn't very effective because looking at the mini-map, a few Vultures have already slipped out. Whoa. Lots of gateways here. And these Vultures are going to try to get a few probes. There's one taken out now. You can actually see that the Protoss is trying to build a pylon wall there to stop just that. SCVs are not getting very lucky this game. Never is unsieged. He may try to push out. It'll be up to Shuttle's control with the Reaver as to whether or not he holds off this push. The Reaver, a very powerful unit. That explosive damage, very strong. Whoa. I think Shuttle is not making probes right now and is instead going to squeeze out extra gateways. Never has to succeed with this push, but I think it may be hard for Never to pull this off, especially when you consider that Shuttle is sacking probes. He's throwing some of his economy away just to get a few more units. You can see that he's going to go for the solid push rather than the soft push by building the turrets. That indicates that he is planning on staying in that location. Zealot Legs is done. And Never is rapidly approaching this expansion. Doesn't look like Shuttle's going to go around for a counterattack. He'll probably drop one Zealot and then use the absorbed hits to then drop the Reaver out. But no, not too terribly effective. And the tanks are getting pretty close now. Here he comes now. He's going to try to move in and break the push. Nice Zealot bomb. He did not drop the Reaver out of there. I didn't see it at least. I don't know what happened with the Shuttle there. It looks like he won't break this push, although it's hard to say. Shuttle definitely making the right decision by sacking those units. Shuttle, obviously a very strong player. He did sack the probes in favor of getting a few more units out here, and it looks like it worked. The push has been knocked back. Well played by Shuttle. Never in hot water. Never needs to get an expansion of Shuttle. Can now go back to producing probes with this push delayed. It sucks for that Vulture. He is trapped in there. He's going to have to become good friends with that SCV, who's also hanging out with him. Looks like Shuttle's still not producing probes. Going to make more of an emphasis on the units and try to go for the final break on this push. Now, Never rapidly losing control of this game. It is slipping through his fingers. I'm surprised he did not lift off the factory. You can see Never starting to crack under pressure, making illogical decisions, such as attacking his own depot rather than lifting. I don't know what he's thinking right now. And you can see now that Shuttle is breaking this, cleaning up what was left of Never. And I think it's pretty clear that Shuttle is showing us that Protoss can do quite well on Othello, but despite the negative stats for Protoss previously in the GOM-TV Averatec-Intel Classic here. Well, Never's going to have to get into a defensive formation here. He's going to have to secure this expansion. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it, though. Never's timing push totally failed. And we can now see how difficult of a position Never is in right now. Never going to move out with some Vultures. Smart idea. Although I think now he's pulling back because, oh my God, Shuttle has so many units. He has to bring those Vultures back. He's moving in here, though. That mine is going to take out both of those tanks. I'm not sure, though, if Shuttle has quite enough units. He's microing pretty well, though, taking out the Vulture mines that are being planted and also taking out these tanks. With this mine, did not do as much damage as I expected, but it looks like Never barely holding off this attack. Unbelievable. Oh, my God, but Shuttle already has more units. He's expanding now. This SCV, is watching in horror. He's going to send a few Vultures out here to try to pick off some probes. And he's moving in once again, but these mines taking out the majority of those Zealots, but I don't think it really matters. Yes, it does, because mines are saving Never. And Never is back in this game, I do believe. Well played by Never. He's still in this. You can see the concentration on his face. Getting a few more factories. His economy is starting to stabilize. He's going to get the starport. His upgrades, well, they're not too bad right now. I do believe Shuttle should have a little bit of an upgrade advantage. He did have a forge earlier. I think it would be smart if Never hid an expansion in one of these mains and stacked it up with some mines, but it doesn't look like he's going to be doing that right now. That would draw some Protoss attention away, and then maybe he could do a counter push. But instead he's going to be expanding here. Well, he did manage to take out those spider mines. You can see Never trying to regain some map control. Lane mines all over the place. But Shuttle just has so many units right now, and his base is so safe with these cannons. And you can see this giant red blob at the top right. He has to have so many gateways. He does have the High Templars out. He may go for a storm drop on his opponent's high ground, or he may use those High Templars defensively to deflect the push. I think we're going to see Arbiters pretty soon here as well, coming from Shuttle. Arbiter's pretty strong on this map. You can see Shuttle's planning on expanding over here. It looks like that plan was spoiled by that Vulture. Never has a reasonable amount of units. He may try to push out now. And there is a Stargate, so we are going to see some Arbiters coming up pretty soon. Arbiter is such a devastating unit. Terran can really only counter it with the Science Vessel by EMPing the Arbiter before it recalls or before it uses Stasis. Stasis so powerful in the ground game in Protoss versus Terran. You know, the Terran army is actually stronger than the Protoss army when both players are at the 200-200 limit, so the only thing Protoss can do is counterattack or attempt to Stasis half of the Terran's army and then take out the other half while that army is frozen. And here's a dropship on the move, probably full of vultures. Oh, that was close. Oh no, it actually managed to get that Dragoon. And once again, the probe is getting taken out. Shuttle can't expand again. Never really starting to regain control of this game. Let's see how much damage he can do. Actually, that may be full of tanks. He may drop it on the high ground. And he is going to get a few probes here. Shuttle moving out, though, with a sizable army. I don't know if this is a good idea. This may be a complete and total mistake by Shuttle, but my God, he has a lot of units. The High Templars are being dropped. Some great storms here. Unclear, though, if it's going to be enough, and no, it is not. Total failure here. That Archon will never see the light of day. Meanwhile, this tank taking out tons of units. She's trying to hide from the tank as well. My monitor is covered with my own spit. This game is so exciting. 1-1 here for the Terran. Only Zealots can squeeze back up here to get that other tank. And Shuttle needs to get a shuttle over there. Your own name has jinxed you, Shuttle. And he's going to send some Dragoons over here as well. Well, Shuttle needs to get an effective attack. He may have to resort to counterattacking because his army size has been reduced so greatly. The Arbiter's out. That's going to help a lot in Shuttle's case. Now we see another attack that could possibly happen over here. Looks like he will go in for that with the Arbiter. And if he can get that one turret, his army's going to be pretty strong, but I think Never's going to come in here with some vultures and clean up the rest of that. I think the Shuttle is playing this all wrong. He needs to be storm dropping and not throwing units away. Never has completely come back. Never should win this game if things keep going this way. It's going to be more up to Never as to whether or not he wins this. Shuttle is just trying to hang on. And you can see Shuttle cracking under the pressure, not really microing his units to the best of his ability. Not able to utilize all these expansions. Looks like we do have the science vessels out, so EMP, a very dangerous spell for Protoss if it's used against them. Taking out the shields and the energy, but most importantly, it can eliminate the High Templar energy and the Arbiter energy. The push is starting. Is Shuttle ready? A few Goliaths in the mix to take out the Arbiter. We're going to need to see some pretty good stasises. And oh, this is going to be tough. You can see the science vessel go in for the EMP, but Shuttle carefully moves the Arbiter out of the way, defending it with Dragoons. And he's going to have to stasis one of these science vessels. There's the EMP. Missed the Arbiter, I do believe. But he is at least getting these Dragoons and Zealots. And looks like Shuttle's going to go for a counterattack now. 2-2 upgrades for the Terran. Oh my god. We could see a storm drop here. Not sure. This is not good for Terran. Terran's going to have to turn around. Does have a small army over here. And here's the drop now. Looks like one Shuttle was taken out. Looks like it was the one with the High Templars. I don't know why Never didn't turn around and take this out. Oh my gosh, but Shuttle, not so good with Shuttles after all. Well, Never's going to sack the expansion and try to take out, or at least contain his opponent. Shuttle's already lost one expansion. He cannot afford to get contained. All of his gateways in that location. The Forge under fire. One vessel's been taken out, though, and he might get a second one. He really can't afford to lose that vessel, and he did. This means that Shuttle should be able to stasis the cluster of tanks and clean up the rest of these Terran units, unless, of course, he's out microed. But no! Shuttle surrenders. Perhaps his Arbiters didn't have the energy. Oh my god, that was a crazy game. Never, the comeback king. My god. I cannot believe how good Never is. Well played. Shuttle had that game. He had it. But Never is just too strong. He is solid. Like a rock, you can see Shuttle is completely and totally disappointed in himself. So frustrating to lose a game like that. Wow. Wild game here. Totally crazy. The final 8 games, final 8 players, I should say. Well, Shuttle is going to have to come back and play a little bit stronger if he wants to make it to the final 8. The next map is Blue Storm. There's a lot of cheesy stuff Protoss can do on this map, a lot of technical rushes. Terrans often complain they never feel safe on Blue Storm. This is going to be an interesting game. I'm curious as to how Shuttle plans on playing it out, though. As it turns out, Shuttle is not good with shuttles. Talk about a cursed name to have in a game like that. Losing shuttles, not able to use his storm drops to the best of his ability. He really should have just kept on storming the SCVs and not throwing his army into the fray. And never spider mines, unbelievable, very strong. I'm impressed. I think you are as well. Well, we're going to be going to game 2 here pretty soon. Both players have joined. I think Shuttle just got done rewatching the replay real fast, trying to figure out what he did incorrectly. Again, feel free to check out that Clean Source Professional Broadcasting Service, personal broadcasting service, I misread it on my sheet of paper, where you can shoutcast your own StarCraft matches, and people can even tune in and watch them. And as I said before, my website will be up pretty soon here. The Tasteless Gaming website, where we're going to have tournaments and that contest where if you make whoever makes the best Tasteless quote highlight video will win $75, maybe even $100 if I'm feeling generous. I'm going to pay for it out of pocket. We're also going to have replays and other cool stuff on the site, so check it out. Maybe some other funny stuff, blogs, the works. Never against Shuttle, though. Never up one game. Never playing fantastically. He didn't play so well at the start. His timing push failed miserably, but Shuttle unable to hang on and win that. Well, we're going to get this game going here pretty soon. Grimtoe's giving us a little bit of analysis. Grimtoe, Boxer's old nemesis before he became a baller caster, and also clubbing buddy of Tasteless. Well, we're going to get this game started. This is the Averatec-Intel Classic, and I am Nick Tasteless Plot. I really am curious if Shuttle can come back and win this. Get ready. I'm judging from Paul's body language that he's winding it up. Maybe. I guess not. I am at times wrong about this stuff. Tell all your friends to come to gomtv.net, the largest internet streaming program in Korea. We're getting more hits than we ever expected to be getting, and we plan on bringing you a lot more esports coverage. Also, check out the WoW tournament as well. Let's go.